Hey everybody, welcome to another XP Network Friday night live stream, the live stream quest edition, where you, the viewer, get to be the voice in the head of our bard, Dorian. Before we get started, the way this questing is going to work, you are going to start as a level 1 bard named Dorian Talonsire. And we'll be going through this entire game with our GM, Richard. And I don't believe the GM will be named probably again, other than GM, throughout the stream. To participate in this game, there is a QR code on the screen. The first QR code gives you the level 1 Bard achievement, which gives you your stats. I believe it's below my image. And that is a rotating QR code. So if you are not watching live, you do not get to scan that QR code and get anything. So be sure to join us. If this is fun enough for everybody, and hopefully it is, we'll try to do these ideally monthly and maybe even more regularly than that. So I'm going to let the characters introduce themselves before they're in character, and then we're going to jump in to the game. So Richard, Chance, this is the last time people are going to hear your names, and then we're going to go into character.
All right,
Richard, we'll kick you off first. GM, kick it.
Okay, GM first. All right, so my name is Richard. I will be running the adventure tonight, and you are actually supposed to be participating in this. So you have all of your chats. We have some people who are looking at those chats. So if you want to tell things to the bard who you are living vicariously through, so put that in the chat if you want to hear it. There will be a couple choices through the adventure you can also make as well. We will have those numbered. And there is a little bit of delay on the stream, so just so you're aware, just because you type something in doesn't mean we'll see it immediately. That's just part of the internet.
Before we go over to, I'm going to keep you in character now. Dorian, tell me about that book over your shoulder. What's that all about?
Oh, that one? So that is Arcane Lock. It is a book with hundreds of riddles in it. I actually did a Kickstarter for it. So if you want to go to DriveThruRPG or my website, explorersgp.com, you can get a copy of it.
It has been extremely helpful. If you guys joined us at Origins for Origins Quest with XP Network, a lot of those riddles are either inspired by or came directly from the Arcane Lock book in the dungeon and throughout the entire quest experience. If you did not join us at Origins, welcome to Questing Online. All right, Dorian, this is your chance to speak before we're just completely in character.
Here we go. So I'm unmasked. I'm Chancellor Prey. You might have met me at Jack's back at Origins. I was there to make sure me and my crew decorated the tavern with as many personalities as you needed and as many masters of the craft, getting you into the game as possible. Tonight, I'll be playing Dorian Talonsire, doing an unholy marriage of Spanish and standard RP. If you're from Europe, I'm sorry I just offended you deeply. However, it's the World Cup, therefore, duke it out. Beyond that, I will do my best to present you guys to the purest form a bard can. We've decided my talent is a bard of words. Words can move you, they can turn a phrase, they can skip a beat, and they can also cause a wink of an eye.
And I'm normally your host, but that's going to be the job of the GM this evening. And I represent the chat. So the decisions that we make, I am the voice in Dorian's head. And if there's something extremely entertaining or intriguing or necessary that you mention in the chat tonight, I will make sure to bring that up. I'll also be helping us with the decisions that we make as that voice in Dorian's head. We do have a few dice rolls that are going to affect things. The achievements that we all earned together tonight are completely random based off of tonight's gameplay. So anything could happen. There are different things we can all get into our character equipment tonight. And so without further ado, I'm going to let this story kick off. I'm going to read these chats. I'll probably mute myself for some of this just so I don't interfere with the gameplay. But when it's time to do chats and votes and everything else where the decisions are really made that matter, I will be speaking into Dorian's head. So here we go, team. Enjoy tonight's game. This is our first ever live XP Network quest.
All right. So the first thing you have to know is that as a bard and in Pathfinder, because that's the system we're using for the most part, Dorian has to choose what his muse is. A bard's muse is what determines what gives them inspiration, how they make their poems, their music, all that. What inspires them to do that. So there are 4 choices for you today. You can either vote with a number, which I will give to you, or you can actually write out what it is. The first one is called Mystery. In Dorian's case, it is the lust for the unknown and ancient civilizations that really interest him. That can be his muse, or a maestro can be his muse. In this case, it's his rival. His name is Tosh. He might be appearing tonight. The third one is called Polymath. It is just sort of almost the ADHD version of a muse. You just flip between things. Whatever you find most interesting at that time is what inspires you to create art. And the fourth one is Warrior. In Chance's case, it is the historic battles and warriors of various cultures that he is inspired by if you choose that muse. So at this point, we'll give chat a moment to determine the bard forevermore. So if you want to put your votes into chat, 1 for Mystery, 2 for Maestro, 3 for Polymath, and 4 for Warrior.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, numbers are best because I'm the one that represents all of us players in the chat, and I'm going to be, use the numbers, please. Thank you. All right. Definitely have the current popularity is winning in the 3s. I believe that's the Polymath.
It is the Polymath, yeah.
Which I got a couple ones coming in. I see a 3 on YouTube, a 1 on YouTube. Twitch is pretty active streaming today. Good chat over there. There's a 4.
Nice.
We're going to let this go for a little bit because these decisions are fairly important to the bard that we all build together. So I don't want to just cut this off. So we'll let everybody get their votes in. 3 is in the lead. They got our first 2.
All right. So in the meantime, while you are making these votes, I will be describing what's sort of the area where you are, and then what you choose for his maestro or for his muse is going to end up affecting the descriptions later. So for the moment, Dorian, you are actually walking up to a large set of ruins. It is a good 30 or so feet tall, large stone archways, and you see that there is a pond off to the side, and the entire area is very overgrown. The reason you are here is because, partially based on your muse, and partially because you have heard that there might be some treasure inside that you have determined what you would prefer to be yours. So you see all the vaulted ceilings have grown.
Place for adventure.
What's that?
An enchanting landscape is a beautiful place for an adventure.
Absolutely. It looks like there might be some rain clouds coming on, and you can also see, coming from outside, which you weren't quite expecting, you can smell just a little bit of dust floating in the air, which, based on how old these ruins are, shouldn't be happening, because it's been decades since anyone has lived inside, so the fact that there is something swirling inside kind of lets you know something might not be right in there.
In that case,
I'm going to speak in your head for a second, Dorian. It looks like you need a muse. And it looks like that muse is going to be the Polymath after all. That is the winner. The chat, thank you for engaging. This is our vote as a team. That is what we're going to be. Now, you can still scan for that level 1 bard. For now, we're going to put up the Polymath achievement that lets you equip your character with the muse that you have chosen. And so that we do get to be ADD today. That's great because that is naturally great for me to represent us. So, and then we'll get that QR code back up for the bard momentarily, but I'd like you all to equip your muse.
All right. So you see the ruins in front of you, and as you've selected Polymath, at one point you were conducting research into a old faith called the Green Faith, and these ruins right here were actually part of their coven.
I'd like to find out if I can take a moment to recall any type of information or histories that I might have gleaned from these 2 pieces of information.
Absolutely. Back in the day, when you were researching them during one of your ADHD tours, you learned that they have a very, very simple faith. It's based on the balance between earth, fire, air, water, and beasts, which obviously humans and humanoids are part of. And a lot of their rituals and that kind of thing would have to do with that. They try to strike a balance.
Something due to something's pulling me towards the water.
Okay.
I believe there's more there than more to investigate there than may meet the eye.
Okay. So you kind of go over
to understand the accent of it all.
All right. So you go over to the right of where the ruins are, and you see there's a very large pond. You see that there are several cattails kind of growing out of it. By the way, the season is mid-fall right now, so you have like the sickly sweet smell of like leaves falling off of trees, that kind of thing. They haven't quite started crunching yet. It's not late enough in the fall. But as you're looking out over the water, it looks a little bit cold. It wouldn't be terribly nice to be in it, but when you're looking at the water, it looks just sort of like a deep blue. You can't really see much beyond the surface.
Okay. With not much else, it seems to attract me here. It's off to the ruins. They're the most beautiful piece of all this, anyways.
What's that?
I would like to go head towards the arches and get a deeper look at the construction of it all.
Okay. So the construction is definitely several hundred years old. The stone is very, very decaying at this point. It's clearly been here for a very long time without anyone or any sort of upkeep. The floor is also covered in these leaves that you have seen everywhere. It's hiding the light but chipped stonework and several symbols on the ground. On the walls, you see depictions of an ancient people participating in some kind of religious ritual involving a chalice and an open flame.
I'm going to come in for just a moment. So as the voice of the chat, remember you can comment and I can relay some of these comments if they're great insights for this voice in Dorian's head. Also, one of the questions just for the gameplay, since it's the first time we're doing it, if you missed scanning the Bard level 1, it will come back up. For now, you'll still get your Muse achievement. And if you want to know how to play this in person, typically you'll slot these into your trophy case. The first slot is your character class, and then your equipment will follow that. And in the existing XP Network trophy case, there are 15 slots. So just be sure to put your items in there to build out your character properly. And the stats are on your achievements themselves, so you can actually see the stats for the Bard as we go. So be sure to comment if you want to leave some suggestions for our character to do.
Yep. So
or if I'm used if I'm used to take on any actions or any skill checks or dice rolls that they might be that I might feel so inspired to do.
By all means.
For instance, a deeper understanding of this ritual that I'm looking at. I know it's attached to a coven of some sort, but I would like to know if this is any more relevant to any more key information.
I'll tell you what, let's actually do a die roll on that one. So you will give me a d20, and then we will probably add your society to that, which is a +6 in your case. So if we can get a die roll. Okay, so that gives you a 17. With a 17, you are able to learn that this, as was previously mentioned, is some sort of ritual. It looks like an atonement almost, like maybe someone has committed some sort of sin against balance or nature. And you also see that inside this ritual there is, you don't quite understand what it means just yet. There is a stone that appears to be moving as the ritual conducts itself on the murals on the wall.
How expansive is this area?
You are in a 30 by 30 room right now. You see that there is one exit to the north. There is a little bit of sunlight coming from the ceiling where there ought not to be. It sort of dapples the way and leads further on into the ruins.
So we'll take as much from that as I can. Head forward deeper into the ruins.
Okay. As you're going on, you can see from side to side that there are all of these rooms that are being passed by you. It looks like they're all either entirely destroyed or several of them actually have collapsed the ways into them. And the dust that you're seeing floating about in the air is actually particularly strong next to one of those doors and actually coming out of the way ahead that you're still going. As you continue on that direction, the area opens up into a very grand room. You can see that there is an open design, so there are ways outside from here. The ceiling as well is also got a lot of extra holes in it. Next to a stone almost looks like a throne, but you can see there's kind of a chip out of it. There is a light purple coming out of that chest, or the stone over there.
Nothing is more enchanting than color where there shouldn't be.
You wish to investigate?
I would like to investigate the throne and the missing piece.
Okay, so as you go over there, you see that there is a large rock about the size of a head or so, and looking up, it looks like it came from the ceiling. There might have been some sort of structural integrity issue recently. And there is a chip out of this, again, what looked like a throne, but it's actually hollow inside. And you can see sort of purple light coming out of it. It might be big enough if you were to try to stick your hand inside, you might be able to do so, or you could attempt to smash it open. As, however, you are pondering that, you hear a voice behind you. He says, "Really? You're here too?"
I'm assuming this voice is familiar to me.
The voice is very familiar to you. It is Tosh. He is one of the bards you have done some training with. He is also not particularly musically gifted. He's more of a wordsmith than anything else. As you kind of turn, you see him actually come inside one of the openings to the outside from the architecture itself. He smiles and crosses his arms. "So, you've decided to steal my treasure, I see."
Oh, if it isn't my favorite ray of sunshine. Hello, Tosh, you glorious pile of cow dung. And to what displeasure has graced, and what gods have I sinned against in order to see you today?
Knowing you, you probably sinned against all of them at the same time. However,
Well, that's a good Tuesday, my friend.
near as I recall, it's Wednesday, but whatever. So, I decided to come have a wonderful time with treasure, because, you know, I heard about it, and I see that you are attempting to steal that which I have already laid claim upon.
Steal is such a colonizer word to use. And making claim of something you haven't even touched yet. And besides, I have clearly seen it first, and it wants me more than you anyways. Much like that deal Bonacera from the other town, if you remember the sweetheart.
I thought we agreed never to speak about that again. I wish...
I said I would carry this to my grave, and I promised to bring it up anytime I saw you.
I don't recall that promise, but you are a mangy cur, so I believe you. So, he sort of takes off his sword and throws it to the ground. He puts a crossbow down as well, just kind of squares up. So it's like, "So, how would you like to do this?" At this point, what you can do is you have a choice to make. You can either fight him, you can reach in the chest and attempt to grab it, or there is said rock nearby which has clearly smashed the chest in the past. You can attempt to grab that and break it open in order to grab whatever it is in there before he has a chance.
Is this a choice that we can make as a...
This is a choice, yes.
All right, chat. We have choices to make. Also, we'd like to check the acoustics of this room with the holes in the ceiling. The light, the throne would be a great concert venue as far as we're aware.
It is true, actually. This would make a fantastic concert venue should anyone have the desire to make it so in the future.
All right, so we have our choices up on the screen. This will affect some achievements and things that happen soon in your profile. Oh, and one thing I didn't mention before, some of these things do come with XP that can be spent on goodies digitally and physically in the future. So keep playing and let's earn some XP together as well.
So he is sort of waiting for you, just sort of ready to come at you. He's just sort of like sliding up just a little bit closer. He's not quite in measure yet. He's a good 5 or 6 feet away.
Okay. As a level 1 bard, I have access to Befuddle and Bless.
True.
And that sounds like Befuddle could come in handy in a square up like this.
It may. Though, okay.
The chat has spoken heavily, and even though we have Twitch and YouTube separately speaking, the ones are very, very, very popular. We're going to squeeze a hand into the chest.
Okay. All right. So as he is kind of cocking back his hand ready to attack, you dart down and then throw your hand in there. Give me a d20 roll. The DC is going to be a 13. Now, What you're going to do is you're going to add your acrobatics, which is a +5 in your case. So you're trying to get a 13. Okay, so 14, your benefit is enough to succeed, but not enough to critically succeed. For those who are unaware, Pathfinder has critical success on all dice rolls and critical failures on all dice rolls, but not at the moment. So you reach your hand in there, you manage to sort of, you find something hard and very, very smooth as you reach in. You kind of grab it and drag it out. Unfortunately, it is a little bit bigger than you had accounted for, so you feel sort of a grinding sound, and you feel it in your hand as you pull this thing out. You have managed to grab a handful of some sort of very fragile crystal, and you can see like little pieces of it kind of fall down in the chest. And Tosh says, "Ah!" And he dives forward to try to stop you because he didn't expect that at all. So he kind of swipes at your hand and misses, and then reaches in there and grabs the rest of them. And as he does so, his cry and the sudden movement on the chest actually slides it a couple of inches, and you feel just a deep rumbling in the ground underneath you. And he just pauses and looks around. He looks in his hand at the crystals, then back to you.
I'd like to point out anything that happens next is entirely your fault.
I've heard that way too many times from you. And as he says that, the entire ceiling begins to shake and large pieces begin to fall down. Like, some of these are actually about the size of a human. You will absolutely die if you're hit by one of these. You see Taj look up, and his eyes just go super wide. He looks down at you, and just with all of his might, he actually drops the gems with one hand and just pushes as hard as he can. You find yourself like falling backwards and kind of rolling across the ground 3 or 4 feet away from where you were. And just as you look up to see him, a giant boulder lands where you were a second ago. And he kind of looks at his hand, then back to you, and he reaches down to grab the gems, and then he starts booking it for the exit.
Is there any other loose pieces falling, or is the roof
all over the place? Yes, the entire place is shaking. It looks like it is not a great idea to stay around for much longer.
Unless there's something in the chest.
Unless that, yeah. Though you start thinking it might be deadly to do so.
Your muse thinks we should yell at this guy, just so you know.
Gosh, I love you and I deeply hate you simultaneously. I will see you at the exit.
The feeling is mutual, you loser. As he continues running.
Get up, sprint down.
There is an open architecture, but many of the walls themselves are actually coming down at this point. The only way that looks like it has a decent chance of success for not getting crushed to death would be to head out the main exit.
Away we go.
Okay. So you run that way. I'm going to need a basic basic reflex save from you. So as you are running along, there are very large and small pieces of debris that are coming down. There's one, you see it just the very last second before it hits you. So I'm going to need the Fates to give you a die roll, and you will add your your reflex save, which is a +5. All right, an 8 plus a 13 actually fails the roll, so you suffer some damage, and I believe we only have a d20 available on stream, so let me roll something else real quick. Ooh. So you end up taking 5 damage as a rather large rock smashes you in the head, kind of knocks you to the side a little bit. You kind of catch yourself on the wall as you see like dirt and dust coming down everywhere. You hear a very, very loud sound come from ahead, and a gargled "ah!" from probably one room ahead of you.
And you think to yourself, usually bards bring the house down, but this is incredible.
Whoever said that in chat, I appreciate you very much.
Josh, are you dead?
Not dead. You hear from ahead.
Don't worry, there's always next time. So struggling my way forward, I'm going to try and clamber my way out, even though I may be a little dizzy.
Okay, so you
Awesome.
make it to the very entry room, the first one you came into where you saw all of the things on the walls. and you climb over a large mound of rubble that is growing by the second. You look down and you see that there was a deluge of earth and rocks that kind of fell on Tosh. He is attempting now to crawl out from underneath it. It looks like he will make it, but as you're looking around, you also see that there is a large, probably all the way up to the entire ceiling, 20 or so feet, there is a pillar that's actually tipping toward him right now.
What is life without someone to sing to, right? So, going to do my best to save the pile of trash.
Of
The
course.
human refuse that is my deep nemesis and unfortunately probably my best friend.
So he reaches up a hand to you, and you kind of take that and you just kind of brace yourself and pull. Roll me an athletics roll, if you would, which is, so we'll need one more die roll from the fates at the moment, which unfortunately you have a +0 to.
Yeah,
Oh, good. So you actually managed to brace yourself and dig into those rocks down there, and you pull as hard as you can, and you're actually able to extricate him from here with great speed, and he kind of trips and falls over at your feet. The pillar itself hits the ground, the entire area shakes, and then you see above you the ceiling fall in very large chunks, and the light that the doorway was giving you before actually goes dark as a vaulted piece of ceiling lands on the top of both of you. You hear a lot of rumbling from where you are, though you are currently blocked from all of that by the large domed piece of stone. And it continues for another 5 or 10 seconds before everything is eerily still. It's pitch black, by the way.
do I have any torches or anything we could hopefully light this place up with?
You do have a torch, yes.
We'll take it.
All right. After a
Pulling up
couple
the torch, lighting up the space.
Okay. After a couple seconds of striking it, you hold it up. You are, at this point, in about a 5 foot by 5 foot, very small hole underneath this domed piece of rock. You see Tosh is there. He clearly has some sort of leg wound on him, and he is looking at that and looking around. There do not appear to be any ways out from your current perspective. He kind of pulls out his bag and then rifles through it for a minute. He drinks a red liquid, and you see the wound on his leg close somewhat. He takes the liquid away from his lips, looks at it for a minute, then looks at you, and then sees the gash on your head.
Let it be known that if you die before me, I won't eat you.
I will not extend you the same courtesy, but I do appreciate it.
I taste better than you anyways.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that either.
Once again, you said that. I never made that promise.
You know, I'm starting to think you haven't really made any promises in your entire life.
A good artist never holds himself to one truth.
I don't even know how to respond to that. What should I say? Where's my muse? Absent. Speaking of, he looks around. We appear to be trapped.
I'm going to use the torch to the best of my ability to investigate a little further, to see if there's anything that might be loose, to see if there's any markings on the wall, to see if there's anything that we might have, maybe a loose tile, something to pry up in a secondary escape.
Okay. As you are looking around, you see that one of the walls that has fallen next to you has the ritual you were looking at earlier. And as you're looking at this ritual that had the chalice in the fire and the moving stone and all that, you notice that there is a very, very, very faint green glow coming from one of these stone sections underneath you. There are 5 in total.
Is there any relevance to the 5 stones and the ritual on the wall? Any reference either way?
Unfortunately, I could not hear you with the microphone for a minute. Can you speak louder?
Was there any reference between the stones on the ground, the number of them, and anything on the ritual wall?
On the ritual wall, not specifically, but you do recall that the Green Faith itself did hold to the 5 things to balance amongst themselves, which was beasts, fire, air, earth, and water.
What do you have in the way of beasts, Tosh?
Oh, my mistake. I forgot to bring my pet T-Rex.
Well, I mean, you leave home without a T-Rex, or what? Are you ready for
yeah,
anything?
true.
Are you bring a change of clothes?
Well, okay, I brought that. I mean, why wouldn't I? I'm not going
Well,
to strip in front of you.
T-Rex when we
Does not
obviously
happen.
need it.
Look, maybe we can worry about survival before we worry about the hygiene.
Spoken like a barbarian. Would rather die than be caught dirty. But first, we need to balance something here in the representation of the old green faith. If you remember anything like that.
A green faith, druids mostly, if I'm remembering right. He kind of looks at the glow. That wasn't there a moment ago. Put your torch out for a moment, if you would.
The what?
Put your torch out for a moment, if you would. Okay. As you do so, the glow becomes a lot more discernible. Huh. So...
Are there any markings on the stones to differentiate any of the needed items or categories?
So it is actually covered currently. All of them are covered in dirt from the ceiling that was falling above, and there's also a couple dead leaves, all that kind of thing. But if you want, you can clear them off rather easily.
Time to clean it up.
Okay. So after you push them off, do you want to clear the green one first or last?
Last.
Okay. So you clear all the other ones off, and you start to notice that there are very, very worn out markings on all of them. One of them has a human hand with a wolf paw inside it. The other one has delicate bends in the stone, making it rise upward in a sharp pattern that looks like it's reaching toward the sky. There is one that looks like the ground is carved into ebbs and flows, showing eddies and currents. And the fourth one you uncover has twisting lines that are each sort of spiraling freely in random directions. As you uncover the one that spirals freely, it also starts to glow a very faint blue.
Only assuming this would need something to, especially if it's druids, it's going to need some type of representation. Typically, a more natural sense, not find a rock and put it on a rock. I'm going to test something. Assuming I have a water skin on me.
You do.
I'm going to take the water skin and pour it onto the ebbs and flows river-looking one.
That one actually begins to glow as you put the water on it with a far deeper blue than the other one that was when the earth was taken off of it.
Bravissimo. In that case, we're down to the beast problem. Tosh is a beast. I'm going to try to pluck a hair out of his head.
What? He just looks between your hand. No, I've had enough of this. He just punches you. If I could get a roll from the face for a moment.
I've definitely seen Fifth Element. I think I know where this is going.
Okay, so he actually does successfully punch you in the face, and it lands to the side of your nose. It does 3 non-lethal damage. And he just sort of looks a little bit pleased with himself, as you can see in the various multitudinous colors from the ground. Like, I thought your face could use a bit more character. Maybe I should just break the nose entirely next time.
Am I bleeding at all?
No, you're not. It wasn't enough damage.
Sock in the face. Okay, so I'm going to take the hair out of my head.
Eye for an eye, hair for a nose.
Hair for a nose. The old thing as it goes. Going to take the hair that I got out of him and then also dig into my own finger and prick it for a little bit of blood, lace the hair, and set it down on the beast one to see what happens.
So when the hair gets down there first, it doesn't have much of a reaction, but when the blood goes down on there, you can see that there is actually it's kind of almost a rainbow. It's various colors that are just sort of shifting and scintillating on the ground that come out of that one.
So now we need something to balance air. And there was one that looked a little bit like reaching upward in a fiery fashion.
Now that you've said it out loud, yes, it does feel like a fiery fashion, yes.
Great. Torch, lay it down.
All right. So as you lay down the torch on that one, that is the last one. So you see all 5 of these sort of like just slip down maybe a quarter of an inch before the animal one sort of bends to the side, and then the fire one goes after it, and all of them just sort to shift and turn down into a ramp that leads downward below.
Before we make
The punch might have been worth it.
Before we make the next decision of what to do, your QR codes, and because we've never played this before, they're rotating through. So right now, when you see the word polymath, which means that's the muse that you've chosen to give our character, be sure to scan so you have that attached to your character. The level 1 bard achievement, when you see the level 1 bard on screen, if you scan that and you didn't already, it'll give you the level 1 bard achievement and also the crystal. So the crystal shard, when that comes back on screen, be sure to scan it so you can equip that to your character. And I am reading these out to anyone that missed it. So yeah, polymath is back up for those that missed it. It's also in the chat, but I want to make sure this is our first time going through. Everyone understands how to collect the items and the XP as we play the game.
That is a great thing to do. Also, do be aware that, as you mentioned, some of them these will give experience points. The crystal, I believe, does give experience points because Dorian was successful when he reached down and got the chest. So depending on how you guys roll, that will actually change how much experience you get for that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you had a critical failure there, you would have gotten 0.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Then Tosh would have taken all of the gem for himself and won a battle for once. Okay, so
They won't go up the draw.
he looks down there and then back up at the domed rock above you and says, well, I'm not getting any younger. And he just sort of like crawls down this ramp/staircase that's heading down into the earth below.
Going to immediately follow him. How does it feel always being second?
Well, I was born second, so it's something you just get used to. Hey, wait a minute. He looks back. I can't help but notice that I'm the one first going down the hole, if you didn't notice. So it looks like this race will be mine. He just sort of army crawls further down.
And if there's a trap waiting for us at the end, shucks, I was not first to it.
Oh yes, I'm sure the traps are entirely functional after hundreds of years, you idiot.
Hey, the stones worked.
He pauses for a second, looks back. Yes, it was. Don't care, I get a win. He continues crawling.
Take it where you can take it.
So you make it to an area that is much smaller than all of the ones you've been to before. It is about 15 by 15. It is an area that has a entryway into a body of water. It looks the same hue as the lake outside. And just looking around, there's all kinds of little runes and elements in here. There was what was clearly a book at one point, but it has disintegrated to the point where none of the pages have anything of worth on them anymore. And he just sort of looks into the water, then back to you, says, well, time for a swim. He jumps in the water.
I'm going to take a minute to appreciate all the markings on the walls, to somewhat mentally record my time here, to later on find something that I can, something to say, something to write, something to preach, a story to tell, because not every day do you get to witness such grandeur from histories long gone.
In this particular instance, it looks like this is a story of a wolf who, based on the things around you, was having some sort of argument with the moon, and the water itself was actually a judge between a contest between them. As it is very old down here, so a lot of it is kind of broken off of the walls, so that's really all you can glean at the moment.
Okay. And then with that, time to get wet.
Okay.
Before you jump in with that, the muse is kind of feeling like we want to be a little naughty. We didn't get a chance to tie Tosh's shoelaces together behind him, so maybe we can do something while we're in the water and kind of mess with them a little bit.
Okay. All right, if that is what chat wants. So as you are swimming out, he had a fairly big head start on you because, you were learning all the lore and everything. But as you are the water itself goes almost in a U-bend, and you are not running out of air, but it is getting a little bit worrisome because you are swimming to an unknown destination. But as you go down and then through this area, you look up and you can see the afternoon sun kind of gleaming high above you in what is probably that pond next to the ruins. You see also there are a fair amount of disturbances on the water above, and you see Tasha's foot just kind of come out of the water.
While it's still submerged, I'm going to swim up as close as I can and hopefully be able to grab one. If I can't, we can always take care of it when we're on dry land.
Right. Unfortunately, you're not quite fast enough, but he is sitting on the dry land, just a couple feet away from the water. Looks like he's sort of like checking himself, looking through his bag and everything. He just kind of glances back and sees you there, and goes, and then continues rifling through his stuff.
So to make it more discreet, I'm going to grab a stick and shove it through the two loops of his laces.
Okay. What I would like you to do is roll a stealth for me.
Okay.
So we're going to need the D20 gods to give us one of those. Oh, actually, no, not stealth, thievery. That's more accurate for this. Okay, so you got a 5. However, because of your +5 from your thievery, that is enough. He notices you putting the tulip there, then he just gives you the weirdest look. And it just goes back to what he's doing. Anyway, so we can still hate each other, right? We can do that.
Are you asking permission? I always did.
Good. He stands up and sort of stretches.
Why would I ruin a good thing?
I appreciate that in the most loathsome way you can imagine. So he kind of stretches a little bit. There is something that I have been looking for. I believe you have also been looking to begin adventuring at the tavern, correct?
Ah.
All right. I will not end this day without getting one more victory over you. So, I am looking for a piece of music. It is in the Opera House currently, called the Kobold Sonata. I suggest we have a race. We both attempt to get it from the opera before the other one, and whoever wins is able to go to the tavern, because I believe they're looking for that piece of music specifically.
The Kobold Sonata, you say?
Yes. I personally have not heard it. It probably sounds terrible if it's kobolds, but here we are.
Even terrible things make art.
Very well. Then it is a race to the Opera House. There is an ogre guarding the door. So, feel free to be eaten by him, and then I will grab Sonata and go on wonderful adventures while you are rotting in the ground.
I mean, that is a horrible way to talk about your mother guarding a door.
I've already punched you. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to ruin my fists upon something as worthless as your face. So,
Thank you.
You're welcome, face. He puts his shoes back on. Like, he just gets kind of in a runner's stretch. He's like, ready?
Ready.
And go. He springs forward, not realizing his shoes are tied together, and he makes it a good 1.5 steps. And he lands upon his face in the loamy dirt below.
And I'm just going to take a nice saunter off the starting line.
Okay. You hear him cursing behind you in every language you can speak, and a couple you can't. As he then reaches down, begins to untie his shoes as quickly as he can. Town, by the way, is about 3 miles away from where you are.
Time to pick up the pace.
Okay.
Good call, Muse, on tying his shoes, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, muses. So, you are running toward the town of the Opera House. It's actually a very pretty run as you're doing so. It is getting to be like late afternoon, and the sunset almost looks like the sky is on fire to the west. The place you're going, you have been there several times through your instruction as a bard, and it is a straight shot to the city, so you just kind of fall into a rhythm eventually. You can kind of hear a huffing and angry noises behind you as Tosh begins to sort of catch up. He is a little bit more athletic than you, which is, truth be told, not that difficult. But because of the shoe tying instance, it seems like you will probably arrive at a similar time instead of him having a fair lead on you. So as you are going down this path, you reach town. There are people all over the place. It doesn't take you long to lose the sights and sounds of Tosh. You head over to the Opera House, and as you are there, you see people kind of going in and out. It doesn't look like anyone's guarding the door, and you recall something about it being an open house tonight.
What type of attire are people wearing?
Most of them have a fairly high-class attire. Like, mostly they look like minor nobles who are kind of going inside. It doesn't look like anyone who is firmly upper class is headed in at this point. They might already be there. They might think it below them. Who knows?
It's an open house. I'm assuming there's no guards per se to stop the door.
Nope, not the front door. There are no guards. There are people. It's a fair flow of traffic. Every couple of seconds, someone's going in or coming out.
Great. Then we'll just funnel into the crowd.
Okay.
And disappear.
All right, so you see kind of the grand amphitheater as you make your way very shortly into there. There's sort of red velvet everywhere. It's a very, very nice location. And as you're looking from side to side, you see that there are various doors and hallways kind of going down in every direction. It is a very large place. You're not entirely sure where the room you're looking for is.
I would like to. I'm going to take a moment and identify the look on people's faces as they exit a room.
Okay. A lot of them. What's that?
Looking for something that's either chattery, something to talk about, something they're impressed by. If they're bored, I need a combination of probably all three.
You hear a lot of reviews of one of the most recent operas they've had here. It sounds like they had some sort of effect where they had like an illusory hydra on the stage for a while, which people were very well impressed by. As you're kind of looking around, you see that there is several hallways, as I mentioned, but one in particular, you see someone kind of look down. He just kind of like looks back and forth and just quickly walks away from that hallway.
That's the one.
So you headed that direction?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you go past various golden leaf moldings. As you look down, there is indeed on the fourth door down, there is an ogre standing in front of a door. He's just kind of got his hands across his chest. There's no one in this hallway. And you see somebody on the other side start to head this way, just immediately turn around, walk the other way. So it is the fourth door down. There is a balcony next to him outside, and he's just gruffly standing in front of the door. He sees you there, and he just kind of looks you up and down, then ignores you completely.
We found Tasha's mom.
Yes, Tasha's mom has been located.
Chat, if you, I forgot to mention this. This is the first time we're streaming with rotating QR codes. If you're on your phone and cannot scan the QR code, put your XP Network username in the chat. We're not going to do this every time, but I believe we can unlock these for you after the stream. We'll do our best to. But ideally, for the RPG streams, we'd like you to watch on a TV or a computer until we solve the clickables, which hopefully are coming soon. But we're learning as we go. This is a very new type of technology to give you achievements as we play along with our game master and our bard. So hopefully we can help you out there.
So, as you are seeing, there is this ogre here, and this is actually another choice where your muse will be your guide. So there are multiple things you can do to get behind him. You see that he has a door that is next to the balcony, so you think you might be able to slip in from the window if you wanted to. You could also trick him away from the door, or you might be able to bribe him with something if you could find something to bribe him with.
We definitely have a vote for bribe, but we're looking.
What do I have to bribe him with?
So while your muse begins to think that over, you see from the other side, Tosh, he looks a little bit muddier and a bit worse for the wear. He's kind of panting rather heavily. He sees the ogre as well and strides boldly forward, And then the ogre looks over in his direction, and you see him kind of immediately kind of freeze up and then just open one of the doors next to him and kind of go in there.
I think it's time to try to bribe him.
Okay.
Right in.
All right. So you wish to bribe the ogre then?
Got an idea. Pardon me, sir. You have you're a security around here. I'm looking for someone to help me.
You're in the wrong spot. No one's in the room.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking for someone to maybe assist me. I'm my first time here, and I have no idea where anything is. But I saw someone very suspicious, and I was perhaps that information useful to you.
Look, so you're very small, and I'm having trouble hearing you. Just talk louder.
Absolutely, I'm so sorry. You see, I have someone of your stature. Surely, you could use a little more money. You could use. You deserve a pay raise. You deserve a higher job title than just standing around guarding a door. Look at you. You're gigantic.
I am. I should get more pay.
We were just thinking, bribe him with a song while he's distracted, knock him out. It's a really easy KO.
Easy.
Maybe.
And are we going with the bribe, or do you want me to try to
Yeah,
I think we bribe him with the song. We say, we could sing you a song in the second.
I've got two pieces of one. I would like to. You've inspired me to paint you a picture with words, and this time there will be a lyrical dance to it. Also, there's some information that you could probably use to get it promoted.
What's the promoted? Does it taste good?
Hang on. Let's It tastes great. In fact, it feeds your purse. It feeds your face. It feeds your ego. It feels so good.
All right. So, yeah, do it. Do it.
Of course. But first, I think I owe you a little inspiration.
Mm.
To the face I know of only old, Tosh's mom stands before me. She's brave and bold and stands near her toes, and Tosh, his face, went through that door. An old friend of mine happens to be right over there, and I think he's trying to steal something from you by going through that other room.
He looks the other way, just kind of starts to bang his hand against his fist, and you see him pull out just a giant whip.
What I know about Tosh is that he's going to have a good time.
Maybe should I use a club instead? I don't want him to have a good time. Okay.
Use
So he
the club.
puts the whip away, and then just realizes he doesn't have a club, just kind of reaches out to the wall and grabs some of the gold leaf on it, just kind of yanks. You see his hand kind of jiggle a little bit as the wood splinters underneath it, just then hits that against his hand and then walks into the other room.
Great.
Take that, Tosh.
Good luck. Let's see the door.
So you now wish to enter a room? All right. Nothing is particularly special about this room as you kind of go in there. You see that there is a couple of private seats, and you can actually see down on the stage from here. It looks like it's a very nice looking area. However, there is two things to be aware of. First is there is, as I was mentioning, the open air outside. It looks like you have the stage on one side and the air on the other. There is also a piece of sheet music that is sort of in one of the chairs. And as you are noticing that, swinging in from the window, Tosh kind of comes, just sort of like rolls his head. Ha! Fooled you. You thought that I went inside that room over there. I did. I hate you a little bit, and I had to sneak past an ogre, thank you.
I thought the family reunion would have been nice.
You know, my family reunion is not scheduled for some time. I believe yours might be. Remind me, your parents are dead, right?
Aye.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Always time. I think that would be a great time for you to go speak with them. There's a nice little ledge right here. You could go.
Not the bad idea, and immediately try to dash for the Sonata.
So he also reaches for it, and then he just pauses a little bit and then like puts a hand out to stop you. It's like, wait, wait, wait. And then he just reaches in his pouch and holds up one of the broken crystals. Maybe we don't do the same thing twice.
Yeah, but how are we supposed to know if we're truly going to screw up or not if we don't have two pieces of data in order to weigh against each other?
I have this wonderful power. It's called pattern recognition. You may wish to develop it. So,
First off, I'm an artist, not a wizard. Get that out of here.
you literally cast magic earlier. You were talking about casting the Bless and the Befuddle, which are, by the way, didn't work.
I feel like we're splitting hairs.
No, you ripped it off my head. There was no splitting involved.
And if it wasn't for that source of inspiration, we would be stuck and probably dying. But I think you're right. We should. How do you suggest we do this then?
He thinks about for a minute. Sir, I challenge you. In this battle of our wits, we shall use haikus.
Ah, the art of poetry.
All right, chat. This is our chance. We have the haiku battle, and we have a couple of them geared up.
Recall haikus, Door. 575 syllables. That is a haiku.
Right now, we have Silver Disc Arise, Howl's Pierce Villager, Nightmares, Chaos Ebbs and Flows.
He kind of shrugs. You can do better. If your muse is so feeble, I've already won.
This might not be a haiku, but if his mother weighs a ton, you must whip it.
It is not.
Chat, we can do better than this.
So he just kind of like sits back and just kind of relaxes at you. It is now your turn. Please give me a haiku.
I know we're level 1, Bard, but we can do better than this. What subject of haiku do we want?
I mean, if this is
let's
going to be
change it.
something,
What?
if this feels like it's something off the streets, it should probably feel like a street haiku battle.
As much dissing as possible.
The same type of thing you might see in Eminem's 8 Mile.
Exactly that. We have to be at least as good as professional rappers.
Perfect. That sounds great.
We've set the bar.
Here we go. Brothers love and hate. You will still be second place. Sonata is ours.
Hey.
He nods at that one. That was much better. I don't think you will win this. Please jump out window.
The chat's working together. It starts with your mama's so fat.
Oh, perfect, yes.
We're not quite there yet. We're still thinking. We can do
It
this,
is a
chat.
critical moment.
It is a critical moment with a cliffhanger.
It is a critical moment. I believe it's 8 syllables.
Oh, that's not it. We're still waiting.
Okay,
This is
okay.
a critical moment. We need it.
We've got your mama's so fat. Second place still shines. This is from another chat, so it wouldn't work. Don't jump out the window. Oh, does that work actually? That does work.
That's our last couplet.
Your
So-
mama's so fat. Second place still shines. Don't jump out the window. But second place don't. Okay, here we go. Your mother is big. I took her out a few nights. You may be my son. That was good.
Please take this to heart. Know my mother is alive. Looks like you're second.
Flimsy friendship fails. All your loot are belong to us. Your mama so fat.
Leaning into one subject, and we're drilling it in as hard as we can.
It looks like it
We
is
really
actually
don't like your mother, Tosh.
it's starting to like kind of really get to him. He is not happy about this.
Unfortunately, the truth stings a little harder than a lie, doesn't it?
The only thing that's worse than making fun of your ogre mother is the fact that we went out with your ogre mother to create you.
Yeah.
It's a Dorian said a your mom joke earlier. It's his fault. That's from the No, it's not our fault. We're just
For any,
amusing.
for any good muse, inspiration is a two-way street.
Perfect. Mr. Talonshire, in this battle of our wits, I find you unarmed.
Oh.
This is not real hard. We'll keep on cooking these up. Just getting started.
Let us change it. This is not so hard at all. Pick a topic, please.
What topic do we want other than Tosh's mom?
Yes, he would appreciate not having his mom always be the subject of the rap battle.
Your mama got silver. You inherited bronze vibes. Family tradition.
I don't know who the wordsmiths are in the chat, but I truly appreciate it.
They're getting pretty good.
Yeah. So he's actually still waiting for you to give a topic, however, preferably in haiku form.
All right, what's our haiku topic?
Okay, we're almost at the end, yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Here we go. I guess the topic is going to probably stick with either a yo mama joke or your second to third placeness. Yeah, the chat still wants yo mama. Sorry about that. It's just what it is, Tosh. We just really don't like your mom.
All right,
Even though we kind of did once.
you have not given him a haiku in some time. You're just sort of like smiling there, letting your muse kind of speak in your ear. And he was angry for a little bit, and you can actually kind of see his demeanor change just a little bit. His shoulders kind of slump a little bit, and he kind of licks his lips. You can't understand. With a light as bright as yours, we are but shadows. Gestures to it. Take the sonata.
Josh boasts of grand feats, but trips on flat dirt. Be a farmer, please. Snatch the sonata, wave my small salute, and head out the door. Head out the window.
He actually reaches for the door for a second and sees you go out the window. Much better plan, that truly. He then follows you down a vine trellis outside the window.
Huh.
All right, and that unlocks you the Kobold Sonata achievement, which should be on the screen any moment.
Yeah, be sure to scan it so you get it. And if you aren't watching on a screen with your phone separate, please put your XP Network ID in the chat so we can give that to you. In the future, we won't be doing that. We encourage you to watch these from a TV screen or a computer with your phone separate until we have a solution where you can just click and watch from your phone. Not something built yet. This is a brand new technology we're testing out. We love the gameplay side of this. I love interacting with the chat. So we're going to keep developing this and develop the story as well and make it so you can play even more gamification as we go. Oh, I got another haiku, but it's a little late.
Well, tell you what, we're going to end in like 30 seconds. Just hand us the haiku, then we'll move on.
Winning is not all. The first to die still loses. Left behind earns gold.
As I said, some people are actually quite good at these.
Yeah.
So as you are heading down, he just kind of breaks off immediately, doesn't even like give a farewell or anything like that. He's not particularly happy though as he's just about to leave, he does turn back for a second and says, "I'll see you later." Then just disappears.
You always do.
All right, and you're going to the tavern then? Okay. The tavern is a very, very large structure. You don't actually come in from the front, so you don't see the title of it. But as you go inside, there are giant purple sort of like flags and draperies all over the walls. There is a stuffed wolf's head on the side, a large roaring fire. There are several people kind of all interacting with one another. And one of them looks like he is part of the tavern, one of the people who works there. He walks over to you and sort of raises a hand. And that's where we will stop for today.
So we got through level 1. Now the question is, was that enough for us to get to level 2 bard?
It was, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll put the level 2 bard up. So we still have the Cobalt Sonata up for you to scan in and put that into your achievements. Keep these things in your inventory. So the cool thing about the trophy case is you have everything you've ever earned in XP Network searchable through all of your achievements. Whatever you equip to your character when you're playing with the GM, either privately at home or on stream with us, are the items that you actually have. In the future, it's going to be really cool when we can refer back to those items that you've got. And if you happen to have them attached, there may be some sort of boon or cool thing that can happen because you played along in the past. And this also means when we're live at like another convention, if you want to play your character and be the bard, there might be special quests and things you can do that maybe other people could not because they weren't part of all of the action. So level 2 bard will be coming up shortly. Be sure to scan that Cobalt Sonata. We're going to rotate through the achievements kind of like after the stream ends too, so you have your final chance to scan those in. I hope everybody had fun with that. We'd love your feedback as well. Obviously, there's a clickable way to get your achievements on the phone is something we knew we needed, but technology takes a second to develop, and this is a new format that we've never tried before. Team Sidorian, any final words in character? Now that you're at the tavern, you've gone through level 1 of being a bard.
Man. A road like this is never as easy unless you have a good muse in your head.
Always good to be split personality.
Yeah.
And a polymath at that. So we can't even decide what we are at any given moment.
Oh. The old is good, the present is great, the future is exciting.
Got a haiku for you. Awesome, level 2. Thank you for the XP points. Hope to catch you next stream. Thank you. Good haiku. We didn't even need one.
The more haikus, the better.
Yeah.
That's true.
So level 2 bard is on the screen. Be sure to scan, get your level 2 character. These are all in Pathfinder rules, so you do have stats on that achievement. You can take this to a local game and treat it as your character sheet and keep playing. If you want to take quests home, the quest feature is something you can unlock on XP Network. Reach out to us. If it's something you like to do, you don't have to do this on stream. You don't have to do this at a convention. The whole point here is gamifying everything we do. So if you can take your quest, and if you have a great GM, or if you want to set up a group and play any RPG, Pathfinder is obviously what we're playing today. Shout outs to Paizo, great partner, and we'll probably play some Starfinder in the future. But request the quest features. Kind of funny to say request the quest features. I've never used those words together. And we'll let you play the game as well. Your creativity makes these games better. So this is what we've been able to do with our game design background and some Pathfinder expertise from Richard. And we're going to do another shout out to the Arcane Lock. If you are in RPG groups and you haven't had a chance to check this book out, so what is it? Over 300 puzzles and riddles in there, right?
Yeah, I think it's 307.
Amazing. I mean, they're always great to have. It's always great to have like a mini escape room in your pocket, right? So anything you need to do to make your journey a little bit more challenging and fun for the players, that's what that was created for. So go check it out. I'm going to read a few things from the chat now that we have the level 2 bard up. So we've got take care, stay in level 2 bard. The QR is expired. So it's not expired. It rotates every, I think, 60 seconds. So it'll just keep rotating. So just keep scanning it until you got it. Yeah, so they're all talking about the QR code. It rotates regularly, and see you around the tavern. Take care. So yeah, thank you guys all for joining tonight. Like I said, put some feedback in for how we can make this better next time. I would love to have our party discovered at the tavern, the kind of hint, hint, wink, wink, while we're there, to have a bigger quest next time. Don't forget, you do have your crystal shard as well that gave you some XP. Level 2 characters come with 200 XP as well. So after your level 1 doesn't give you XP because you didn't do anything. But level 2, level 3, level 4, as you go up, you'll get hundreds more XP, which can be used to purchase things. So let's see. Any quest step requests from the chat? That's from XP Network directly. Yeah, if you guys have anything you'd like to do, this game is for everybody to play. So if you have any steps you'd like for the next quest we go on, or any characters you'd like to see, put them in the chat, and we'll do our best to bring them in on the next stream. Otherwise, yeah, Richard and now Chance again, we're out of character. Thank you guys so much for running this, for playing. I had a good time being the voice in Dorian's head. That was a lot of fun. The Bard was heavily requested. It was kind of hilarious how much it was requested. We got home from Origins Game Fair, and everywhere on the internet was like, I wish I could have played a Bard. Where's the Bard? What happened to the Bard? I thought I saw a Bard. There was a guitar there. And we're like, well, yeah, it was a Bard warrior.
He's multi-classing, though technically that's not Pathfinder. Anyway.
It was only at Origins we allowed the multi-classing, because we only let you go to level 5. It was the first time we ever did live quests, and so we're like, how many people are going to actually go to level 5? Well, it turns out a lot. We had 8 people that leveled up all 4 classes that we were offering. What's crazy is the median time that people were questing was almost 6 hours. It was 5.9 hours. We had people that spent over 20 hours questing. That means, these are probably your multi-classers that went through and did literally everything. But there was a dungeon to go fight a dragon. There were a lot of riddles. There was 20 rune quests to go get and equip. There were partner quests, vendor quests, little side quests everywhere. We gave out almost 2 million XP at Origins. I think we were at 1.95 million XP given out. 655,000 XP was spent at Origins. So the cool thing about the tavern is we actually had Wild Bill's sodas for sale for one of the things you could use XP on. So you could buy drinks. Exactly. So that was a lot of fun.
Are there any places we're planning on doing the quests at, again, that we're aware of yet?
Not that we're aware of yet. So we had a huge push, and it's in the chat, to do this at Gen Con. Gen Con has a thing called priority points. As a vendor, we are just too new to get great footprint at Gen Con, so we're working on that for next year. We almost did something pretty huge with Paizo, because they do have a bar reserved for the Pathfinder Society. There's still a chance that we do some small activation there, but to be honest, we'd like to go out 110% or more when we do this type of event. So if we're going to go to a convention, it's going to be like the whole convention, at least as much as we did at Origins. We want quests everywhere. We want integrated with all of the vendors, and all of the side events and all of the side rooms, so that everything you do can be a quest and it can bring you into multiple realms. You're not just playing as one type of game or one type of character or one type of world. You're immersing yourself into the experience of the convention itself. It says the dragon was so cool. My kid came in clutch with the killer blow. We're coming back next year. Thanks so much. Yeah, if you weren't at Origins, you missed out on the dungeon and the dragon battle. Really cool stuff. And that was our backup dragon. So behind the scenes, well, something people don't know is we actually ordered a giant 9-foot tall, smoke breathing, roaring, blinking, wings flapping animatronic dragon from the factory that makes all the Universal Studios animatronics. And it got stuck in customs, and it is still in customs to this day. We also had, it won't even make it to Gen Con if we wanted it to. It's crazy. Unfortunately, when you split a container, there's a chance that whoever's other stuff is on the same container as you might have been illegal or stuck in customs for some reason, then your stuff's just stuck because it was in the same container. Luckily, the government knows that it has nothing to do with us, whatever is in the other half of this container, but our stuff is stuck and it's still stuck. So boo to that, because that we're really excited. We also have the capability to work on a talking animatronic custom built dragon. Dragons are obviously super cool, so why wouldn't we like constantly be talking about dragons? The factory has this new technology where we can program up to 50 phrases that you talk to the dragon and it will give you an answer back, and it can be in multiple languages. I'd love this to be kind of like a staple at our quests, where you bring the discoveries of your quest to the Mother of all Dragons, and the Mother of all Dragons tells you what to do next. I'm very excited for that phase, but we have a lot of dreams and aspirations. We'd like every experience people do to be one of the best they've ever done. It's got to be, we compare ourselves to Disney quite a bit because the vision of Disney was so big when it was started, and everybody can kind of relate to that one. But we don't want to be Disney. We just like the way that they think at the Disney World activations, or Warner Brothers for the Harry Potter world and all that stuff. We can do a lot of the same technology they do as a pop-up just about anywhere. So we're working on it. The final thing is request that we add XP Network scan at some random cave. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Some special item for real world explorers. So, yeah. So I don't know if you've noticed, but my name is Caveman. It's probably covered up on stream. In the chat, I'm also Caveman, or Jacob's Cave. I do own a cave. I'm at the cave property right now in one of our HQ buildings here, and it is a tourist attraction, and it is set up basically exactly like a dungeon for an RPG. It's like one way in, one way out, multiple rooms, stalactites, stalagmites, all the typical cave things you would expect to see, with a gift shop and all that stuff. We would like to do RPGs in the cave. It would be pretty awesome. There's no internet in the cave. It's underground. It's pretty hard to get it hardwired the whole mile through, or 3/4 of a mile through the cave tour, and that's just part of the 5.5 mile cave system. So we'll see what we can do. But yes, great chat there. If you know anything about Jacob's Cave, it would be fun to do an RPG there. It'd be great to at least record it, right? Like a recording of people playing in the cave would be awesome. Or just like a private session. If you guys want to have a private RPG session, reach out to Jacob's Cave. I bet we can make it happen. It is in the Ozarks in Missouri. Well, guess it's got to be at the cave entrance. For internet, yes. If it's a rotating QR code, for sure. All right. Any final words from you? Otherwise, we're going to let everyone go play real games for their weekend, and go hopefully talk great things about XP Network quests and how they can get involved and do their own quests at home and at their local stores. Richard, I'm going to let you kind of close out your side, and then Chance, and then we will let people on with their weekend.
Sure. First, absolutely, if there's anything you want to see in the next couple of adventures, let us know. Like any quests you think would be fun, any ways we can interact with the chat, that would also be great, because as smart as we all are, we are only a limited number of people, and the chat is, a much grander size. So if you can think of something that would be good in the next adventure, by all means, please type it in the chat, let us know. There's one other thing. I'm about to launch a new Kickstarter. It is called Beyond the Golden Horizon. It is a pirate campaign where you get to be the pirates and sail your ship and have all sorts of pirate things, digging up treasure, getting astronomically high rewards for your head, that kind of thing. So that promises to be fun. So if you look up Beyond the Golden Horizon on Kickstarter, you'll find that. We might be able to put the link in chat as well.
Sweet, sweet. Chance, what you got?
You know what, for me, I don't care what you're doing this weekend. I don't care what you have planned. Cancel it and just go get a game together. Go find you and 3 buddies, 5 people, get a table together, go play. Whether it's on Discord, whether it's somewhere else, whether you plan to throw XP Network, whether you decide to get on a table and go like charcuterie hard the way me and my table normally does, just go play it. Because that's like honestly what brought most of us together anyways, was a one deep love for doing funny make-believes with a dragon horde's worth of click-clacks.
We're definitely a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Can you define charcuterie hard? I've never heard that in my life.
Charcuterie hard means that you got to do a full spread of at least 7 to 10 different cheeses. Got to get them from a cheesemonger if you can. I mean, if you don't live near one, go to Walmart and just do the spread. You have to do 5 different meats. You have to do a fruit tray or a fruit spread, a vegetable spread with dips. As
7
well as
because that makes it a haiku.
yeah,
Yeah, do 5, 7, 5.
7. That's charcuterie hard.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
And
That's
bonus
great.
points, you theme it to the session.
That'd be so
That's
hard.
It's a hard one.
Not if you're doing like a Ratatouille RPG.
No, that is
I haven't
great.
tried that yet.
Yeah.
I haven't.
All right.
It's fun.
Well, there's some of that, like, you know, definitely polymath muse talking right there, the ADD all over the place. But yeah, we appreciate you all. Have a great weekend. Thanks for questing with us. We'll do it again very, very soon.
We're very
Thanks,
happy.
Hey, everyone.